Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Laura and this is Planner School. I apologize that we had to take last week off. I just didn't have anything filmed and I had a lot of other videos that I needed to get up in order for them to kind of be timely. So I was finishing up those. But this week, we are going to talk about different types of sticker paper and different types of writing instruments that work best with different sticker paper. So there are certainly going to be exceptions to some of these rules, and like every shop's glossy is not necessarily going to be exactly the same because they buy from different manufacturers or they have different ink and things like that. So it's general guidelines. You can always test like pens, like if you don't want to write directly on your sticker, there's usually some sort of margin on at least one of the sticker sheets that you're buying. And you can always test your pens, along the edge before you actually write on one of the stickers, which is really, really nice. Sometimes they have a little bit more written, but you can usually find some sort of space or maybe a sticker that you won't use that you could write on before you start playing and going hard on the stickers that you really care about and want to use because you spent your money on them and you want to make sure that you're using, your stickers to the best of your ability. So I pulled out tons of different kinds of pens and pencils and writing utensils, I guess, that I have. I don't own every type of pen and every type of sticker paper and all of that, but I own a lot of commonly used things that we're going to talk about. So the first thing I want to talk about is clear paper, and we're just going to touch on this really quickly because a lot of times you're not going to be writing on clear paper. However, there are instances like Glam Planner makes these little binder sheets where you can buy these sheets and they come with these box overlays. And if you accidentally put down the box overlay before you write on the box that's underneath here, you're going to want a pen that you can write on clear paper with. And typically that's going to be a glossy pen. A permanent pen because these stickers are kind of glossy. But there is clear matte paper as well. So these are both from Nettie Designs, and she actually writes on the sticker sheets. Like this top one is clear matte paper and this bottom one is clear glossy paper. And I'm not actually going to write on the stickers, but I will write like up here on the edges of the paper, and hopefully you'll be able to see this. So I'm going to take a very common gel pen, a Papermate Inkjoy gel, and then I pulled out two of these Sharpies. I don't want two of those. And then I'll take a micro perm. The micro perm is permanent. That's what the perm is for. This says permanent on most surfaces. Gel pens typically are not. So I'm going to just kind of scribble in the corner here on both of them. And I don't know if you can see, but you can kind of see that the ink, you can see the lines where you're drawing because they don't really, it's like the ink is on top of the paper instead of writing and sinking into the paper. So that's gel pen on both types of this clear paper. And then I'll take the permanent pen, and you could see I let it sit there for a second. So there's the permanent pen. So that was gel. This is the permanent pen on the clear glossy on the bottom, and then the clear matte on the top. I'm trying to give it approximately the same amount of time. I didn't really count or anything. But that's I can continue to wipe away the gel, and the permanent pen isn't going anywhere. So if you do have to write on some sort of clear sticker, the only thing I recommend is a permanent marker. Whether that is a Sharpie permanent marker like this that would have a tip similar to this, I would, you know, these are kind of thick. The micro perms are going to be a little bit easier to write with. If you've got something really chunky, you know, you could have, you know, a regular Sharpie. I don't really recommend those because they're just so big, but the micro perms do come in different tip sizes, and I really, really love the Sakura micro perm in my planner. Now it is a permanent pen, so writing on the planner paper, it might bleed through, but we're specifically talking about planner stickers, something permanent. It's going to last on the clear paper. So you can see there's no smearing, nothing's happening there, but the gel pen, like, that's ridiculous. I mean, I guess like you can wipe it off and like it will leave something behind, but that's no good. You don't want that. So don't be writing on clear paper, matte or glossy, with a gel pen. I don't know if like a ballpoint pen, I guess we could test that kind of over here in this corner. I'm not a ballpoint pen user in my planner, but I did pull out a ballpoint pen just to, you know, bring it out because, like the pen gems, you do get a ballpoint when you first buy them. You can buy gel inserts, or refills, but you do get a ballpoint. So I wanted to make sure I didn't pull out a pen gem because mine are usually dried up, but, I did pull out a Papermate Inkjoy ballpoint. So here's this. So it looks like there's some smearing on the matte more than the glossy. So yeah, that's for reference. It looks like a ballpoint doesn't do too terribly. I would still prefer a permanent marker, in my opinion. So there's clear paper. I'm not going to linger on that too much because, again, I typically am not writing on clear paper in my planner, but just in case you needed to, those are really the only things I would recommend. I would stay away from gel pen, highlighter, markers, you know, any sort of felt tip, anything like that. I don't have like Papermate flares or anything like that to show you because I can't stand that like squeaky kind of marker. So what I do have to show you guys is I have these very traditional matte stickers from the Prairie Planner. I have some premium matte stickers from Lily and Miko Designs, and then I have these glossy stickers from Glitz and Glam Planning. And then I have vinyl stickers from Cricut Paper Co. And then I also have like the stickers that are in the back of the Erin Condren, because they're kind of like a matte, but they're sort of coated with something. And then I have this sort of kind of sticker from Wonton and a Million. They're from like the sticker books at Michael's because they're kind of like a cardboard sticker. They're kind of thick, and again, they kind of feel coated in something. They're just a little bit different than a lot of like the traditional matte paper. So we're gonna explore those other kinds that are kind of traditional planner sticker papers. So we're going to start with matte paper. So this is all going to be kind of like, I have a little bit of everything to write with on here as far as like half boxes and quarter boxes and things like that. So bear with me. We'll just, I don't know, we'll just make a couple different things to write on. I don't know how many we're going to test here, but I don't know. So I'm going to just label this first, that this column is going to be matte, and I'm going to write the name. I'm not going to write like the brand or anything, but we're just going to write the type of pen. So that is gel, and like we'll call that wet, and then we'll call this dry. Wow, that handwriting. I apologize. So that's permanent, nothing going on there. So gel wet means I've smeared it right away. Gel dry means we're letting it dry for a minute. And then ballpoint. I don't think I'm gonna need to do a wet dry for ballpoint. Maybe that's smeared a little. We'll just label out W. What do I have here? This is a jelly roll, which I feel like is a little bit different than just a traditional a traditional gel pen. I feel like they're a little like juicier or something. I don't know. They're not quite the same. We've got highlighter. I'm not going to smear my finger over highlighter because typically you're not going to want to do that. And we've got pencil. Pencil typically, you know, like when you rub your hand, like especially if you're like a lefty, it typically runs. Let's see, what else do I have here? Oops, I have a couple of my Pentel Energels. Doesn't say. I think one of those I haven't even opened yet. I don't know how many different like gel pens we want to test. I have like a Sharpie S gel. Like I don't know that you're gonna really get different results. This is like a different type of ballpoint. That one didn't really smear as much. And this is a Sparkle Pop. This is gonna be like that first jelly roll where it's like big time smear. You definitely have to let those dry. So I don't know that I would necessarily like that I should test all of these all the time because they're kind of repeats. So you can see on regular matte paper, a gel pen, if you smear it right away, it's gonna smear. If we let that sit, now it's not doing anything. The permanent pen never smeared. The ballpoint wet smeared a little bit. The ballpoint dry, I don't think that did anything. The jelly roll immediately obviously did. The jelly roll dry didn't do anything. Highlighter, you know, you can use it on there. It's not going to necessarily smear, but it might get on like your fingers and stuff like that. Pencil obviously smears because it, you know, is soft. Gel, and then these were just the extra. So those are kind of traditional writing instruments that you might use. Look at all that glitter on your planner stickers. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to test these three again because gel is just the same again. Ballpoint is the same again. And Sparkle Pop is going to be like jelly roll on a matte paper. So that is the matte paper. Let's see. And now these I'm going to test a little bit differently because they're, you know, the sticker is larger. So I think maybe I'll just do two like this. Okay, so this is going to be a glossy paper. Don't mind the handwriting. Okay, so this is gel, wet, definitely got some smearing. And now we'll let that dry. I'm gonna skip a little bit just so I don't run into things. Permanent. That one didn't smear at all, so I'm not going to bother like doing a wet and a dry. So we have ballpoint. Yeah, that definitely smeared, so I'll do another one. What am I writing? Ballpoint dry. And then we have jelly. I think the jelly smears all the time if it's wet, so we'll do that. And I don't know if I've ever done a marker on a glossy, I mean like a highlighter on a glossy sticker, but we'll do it. Ooh. Okay. Pencil is real tough. Let me grab another glossy sticker from my collection. Okay, here's like a very light colored box. And let's see, I just don't know if I just can't see it. Wow, that's really, really difficult to write. You can see I was just kind of scribbling here. So pencil on a glossy sticker, don't recommend. Okay, let's go back and check these other ones. So I'm going to use a different finger just because this one looks a little dirty. So ballpoint dry. That looks like it's fine. The Jelly Roll Dry looks fine. And the highlighter looks like it's not smeared. I'm kind of impressed by that one. Oh, and the gel. Yeah, okay. So here are glossy compared to matte. Now, one thing I will point out. Do you see this like lightness that happens in the writing with gel pen on top of glossy sticker? That drives me bonkers. So I have switched to pretty much using only my permanent Sakura pen on my glossy paper. I think it looks much better. I actually really like how the ballpoint looks also. And I didn't really mind writing with that on there. The jelly kind of has the same problem where like you get that ridging it's like an indentation of where it's writing. I don't know. Definitely don't recommend the pencil. The ballpoint looks pretty good. The permanent looks the best in my opinion. But like this situation, like some of the letter looks good. And I think it depends how hard you're pressing. But I don't like that at all. Not at all. And you can see it a little bit here on the dry. I mean, like on the Y of the dry for the matte paper, but it is so much more obvious on glossy, and I just don't ever like that. So I've just been leaning to the permanent, but I've switched from using a Sharpie permanent to that Sakura micro perm. There are other brands of permanent marker, or permanent pens, but I just really like that one. So that is glossy paper. And again, not every glossy paper is the same, but you do what you can. Okay, let's move on to some premium matte paper. I think I'm going to use this purple. And again, this is from Lily and Miko. One of my favorite premium mattes. Now, premium matte kind of comes in a couple different varieties as well. There's kind of the like thick premium matte paper where it kind of feels like you're dragging your pen through mud, and you have to like, I don't know, it feels like you have to like clean your pen off almost. I feel like hers is pretty buttery and smooth, and then there's the premium matte where it's very vibrant, but the actual paper is not as smooth. This is the very like soft, it kind of feels like NARS packaging, like that. It's very textureless. It's very, very smooth and soft feeling, and also very vibrant. So if I can find another premium matte in my little booklet, I'll talk about that kind also. But just for an idea of what kind of premium matte this is, it is a very, very, very smooth premium matte. So I will actually write that up here. Smooth premium matte. Okay, so gel, wet, and then I don't think anything happens, so I'm not even going to do gel dry. And then we have permanent. Now, I will say the permanent on this paper feels a little bit like you're dragging your pen through mud. So I don't necessarily prefer a permanent pen. I prefer I'm going to, this is the wet. I'm going to write another one here and let it dry. I prefer a gel pen for myself. Okay, let's see. Ooh, you can like barely read that. Okay, that was wet. Jelly dry. And then again, highlighter. And pencil. I don't know if anybody uses pencil, but I figured while I was testing things, we might as well. Okay, so like I said, I prefer gel pen. You could see it dried immediately. There's maybe like the teeny tiniest little drag from just the L. There was probably a tiny, well, it looks like there might have been a wet spot on the W or on the T also. So we'll say gel dry, and I'll let it dry just a little longer. because it looks like maybe here and here. The permanent marker doesn't run at all, but you can kind of see those like lines that happen in the gel pen on the glossy kind of happen with the permanent on the premium matte, and it just doesn't feel as nice to write. So I don't prefer it. The ballpoint definitely had some little inky spots, so it ran. You can see the jelly, the glitter got all over, highlighter pencil. So let me smear the dry and the dry here, and then the dry up here. Okay, so I got glitter all over that one, but it doesn't look like the pen smeared at all. I don't think this ballpoint one smeared at all. And besides glitter, I don't think that one smeared at all. Versus here where you can see like here and here, the dragging from the smearing. I don't think those are smearing at all either. I assume the pencil will eventually, just because, like I said, it's like a pencil. But yeah, so my preference on matte is just a gel pen. I think a permanent, if you prefer ballpoint, no big deal. Glossy, I definitely prefer permanent. Premium matte, I prefer gel. But you do run into the cases where a gel pen, like I feel like the Papermate Inkjoy gels, I feel like I kind of go through them really, really quickly because they just get eaten up by the paper. And I've switched to my Pentel Energel. Where's my... and it's just a little bit juicier. So I feel like my ink doesn't get soaked up as much, I guess is the word. I don't know. So that's the Energel, and then here's the Sharpie S Gel. But I mean, a gel pen's a gel pen, right? Like the Jelly Roll are a little bit different, which is why I did them, because a lot of people are interested in like the white Jelly Rolls and stuff like that. And I just thought I would do one of the Jelly Rolls that I had. Okay, now on to vinyl stickers. So vinyl stickers are really cool in the sense that you can put them down and they are like totally removable. Okay, so this is Cricut Paper Co. and Sweet Kawaii Design have very similar vinyl paper. I can't think of who else has vinyl paper that's similar to this. But there are some shops that have this very, very removable, very interesting, it has a very interesting smell to it. I don't know. It's a very curious type of paper. And like I said, it's very removable. I'll kind of show you when we're done how these other papers lift off of here, because this is just printer paper. This is not like thick sticker paper that can handle stickers being ripped off of it, but like I can just zoop. And this paper kind of stretches a little bit, like it's very interesting. But it just, you need a specific pen, and a lot of these shops will tell you that. So just be forewarned, you need a specific kind of pen, typically permanent, but I will show you so that you are aware. Okay, so gel, gel, wet. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna write with that gel, and then I'm gonna write with this gel. Okay, here's permanent. Here's ballpoint. Oh, I didn't. My fingers getting all dirty. Okay, jelly. I think you kind of know what's gonna happen, so I'm just gonna write jelly over there. Let's put some highlighter. Can you see it like beating up on there? I don't even know if this is gonna write. Pencil. Interesting. Okay, and then I'm gonna write with my Sharpie. Oops. Pretend I spelled that correctly. Okay. Just so you have another permanent option. So you can see that gel pen that worked so fabulously just is no good. Like, even letting it sit there, that is no good. It's no good. The permanent pen, great. Ballpoint pen, I think on Sweet Quiet Design, I think she says hers can take ballpoint pen. This one is smearing quite a bit, so I don't know that I would recommend that. The permanent didn't smear at all. The highlighter, like, I think you can see that it's like wet and beaded up on top of there. Like, I'm pretty sure, yeah, like I could just clean that sticker and it's like good as new. I could use it totally again. I wonder if I could do that with the gel. Ballpoint? Almost. The Jelly Roll? Yep. Like, there's an indentation from where I wrote, but literally it's like I never even wrote on the sticker. Same with the Jelly Roll and the highlighter. Because, like, you can see the edges of the highlighter, but again, it's removable. It's like I never even wrote there. So that's what happens with those. The pencil, like I said, it definitely smeared. I don't know if that would come completely off like these other ones did. I think it's just gonna smear. Yeah, that's just gonna smear more. And then the Sharpie is not gonna smear. So permanent marker, permanent pen if you're going to use a vinyl sticker. So that is the craziness of vinyl. It is so weird. It is such a weird sticker paper. I don't even know. Oh, goodness. Okay, then I have these, like, I don't know. They're kind of like thicker. They're not cardboard, but they are very thick stickers from Michaels. And this is like 1 ton in a million. I was just going to see if I had any other vinyl stickers in here. These are vinyl. Who is this shop? I don't remember who this shop is. I think it's like the same paper though. That actually might be Cricut Paper Co. also, now that I think about it. I don't think I have any other interesting vinyl in there. But this is Michaels. And I'm going to put a question mark because I don't really know what kind of sticker paper this is, but it's interesting. So yeah, that's what happens. And it's just kind of weird because, like I said, it kind of feels coated. And it's just bizarre. It's just a bizarre. So again, I think I could like wipe that sticker clean. Let me try my, let me try my S gel and like let them sit. But I don't know, they're kind of weird stickers. And I don't know, they just are not similar to anything else I have in my collection, but they're always these like sticker book kind of stickers. Not like the Michael sticker books, those are different. But I mean, not like the happy, whatever. Not like these sticker books. These are kind of like a matte paper. You can use like a gel pen on these. I would just let it dry. Should we do one of those? Like this is gel pen right here. This Post Grades, that's a gel pen. So like these kind of Mombi sticker books, you can totally use gel pen on stuff like this, permanent pen, whatever you want. Similar to a regular matte paper. But these weird like cardboard kind of ones, I don't know. They're just a little weird. So like the gel I think is still smearing a little bit. I don't know. But like, look at that when you first don't let it dry. Like, that's wild. You could like fingerprint me with that much ink. Okay, and then lastly, I want to talk about the stickers that come in the back of your planner if you're buying like an Erin Condren, because these are kind of weird also. And I'm probably not going to do every kind of pen here because, like I said, like I don't think you're going to highlight these. I don't think you're going to write in pencil with these. But gel, I don't know. Sometimes they're just weird. And I feel like people are sometimes struggling to figure out what to use on them. Do one more. Oops. Because they just feel kind of coated. I don't know if my first gel, I think it's smeared just ever so slightly, but I think if I do that one, yeah, it's not gonna smear. The permanent, the ballpoint, I don't think that one's smeared. The jelly smeared. That one pretty much always smears on contact though. Like you just have to wait for these to dry if they have the glitter in them, because it's like it's two different properties or something. But yeah, these EC stickers, like I think you just need to let stuff dry on them. But they're kind of like a matte, but they just feel a little different. I don't know. But that is what I have to say on that topic. I hope it was helpful. Don't forget, again, the clear paper. I would recommend a permanent marker, permanent pen. I will try to link a Sakura Micro Perm. I will try to link as many as I can. As far as gel pens, I am currently loving the Pentel Energel in the 1.0, but I like a really thick line. So there's also like the 0.7s. The Papermate Inkjoy gel has definitely been a favorite. The jelly rolls are really cute. They come in tons of fun colors. The Sparkle Pops I have linked in my Amazon shop down below. These are really fun because they're like two-tone. So like this looks black, but it has like a red shift to it, like a red glitter. And they come in like these giant packs. I will try to link zebra mild liners if I don't already. If you guys want me to link like all of this stuff, I can. Like Bic pencils, I don't know, whatever you want me to link. I will try to find down below. But that is my like overview of different typical sticker papers and the writing instruments that are often used. Again, matte, I prefer gel pen. Gel and permanent and ballpoint, I would say, are all fine. Yes, you can highlight and use pencil and jelly roll. Just let things dry. Glossy, I prefer permanent because it doesn't do that weird like indentation type thing. Premium matte, I typically prefer gel, but it's going to depend on the actual premium matte paper. Some of them are a little bit more, I guess, porous than others, and sometimes your gel pen kind of feels like it's drying up as you're writing with it. And then sometimes I'll switch to a different pen or a juicier pen. Vinyl, you have to use permanent pen or permanent marker of some kind. As you could see, I literally just wiped the gel pen away. These Michaels weird stickers, you can use gel, but let them dry. Erin Condren stickers, again, you should be able to use most pens, but again, I would let them dry because they just feel like they have a coating on them of some kind. I don't know. They're just a little interesting. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you need a link to any sort of type of pen or recommendations for who has what kinds of sticker paper, please let me know. Or if you know a shop that you want to shop with and you're not sure what kind of sticker paper they have, leave that down below as well. And I would be happy to help you out as much as I possibly can. I hope this is informative, and thank you so much for coming to Planner School. You guys are dismissed. I hope you will hit the subscribe button on your way out, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye!